Today, we're going to repair a 12.00R 22.5 steel radial tire. There's a 13 centimeter long cut on the sidewall. Let me show you. The equipment we'll be using is this 1205th generation Little King Kong tire repair machine. This machine is especially suitable for using hot patch repair films or this type of steel cord reinforcement fabric. This fabric contains steel wires inside. We'll use this steel cord fabric to fill the damaged area, and after cutting the rubber, it will completely fuse together. Right now, we're using a newly released wide belt machine with an arched shaft in our video. This is a stainless steel arched shaft with bearings added at both ends. It rotates extremely smoothly, as you can see. Now I'm going to mount it onto this expander. One great advantage of this expander is that it rotates very easily, thanks to the bearings underneath. You can rotate it effortlessly on top. Position your hands for rotation, pull this hook over, and attach it to the opening here. Then press it down further. As you can see, after pressing it down, it doesn't bounce back. That's because our expander frame is carefully designed. This part has a cross angle, so when it comes down, it buffers the upward rebound force perfectly. Then, hook on this safety latch. Indeed, when it comes to the general size, we have a rule. As you all know, this wound is 13 centimeters, so the steel wire patch we add should be at least 10 centimeters larger in circumference than the wound. So, we draw an outer grinding line 10 centimeters bigger than the tire wound. Yes, draw a grinding line. In the middle here, we'll mark a center line and do the same on the other side. Measure another 10 centimeters. This is our grinding line. When we make the patch later, we'll make it just a bit smaller than this because we need to leave some space for the flow screen. Once we've drawn this line, we'll have a clear area to grind. So at the very least, we won't grind outside the intended area. The grinding line is now drawn. Then the size of our grinding line is 20 centimeters with a width of 20 centimeters. As you can see, this patch we're using is made from the same steel wire with winding that's used in the production of new tires. We'll turn that into a patch later, which will be applied to cover this wound. Now, what we need here is a steel wire cutting tool. Since the width of our wound is 20 centimeters, when we make the steel wire pad, we'll make it about 16 to 17 centimeters wide. What we're using now is this steel wire cutter, which is specifically designed for cutting this kind of steel wire fabric. This is especially tough. The steel wires are really hard to cut through when they're joined together. So you have to use this specialized tool and then hold both sides straight so it won't cut at an angle or go off track. Alright, this is our final cut. Okay. After cutting it, let's first place it in here for comparison to see how it fits and what the size looks like. We'll line it up and then mark a line. Basically, we need to leave a 2 centimeter margin all around for grinding and for the rubber to be leveled. After marking, we'll cut it again. Let's still use the cleanest side. And this, our current one. Now that we have completed the initial phase, let us shift our focus and begin to work meticulously on both of the outer ends of this specific component to ensure everything is perfectly aligned and balanced for the next stage of the process. Both ends are the ones that haven't been glued yet. Take a look, this glue will be applied here.
In Xingtiansha, it's common to see this in Yantai.
Okay. Alright, let's stick this side on. After sticking it, we'll use the special tool to press it firmly to get the air out from inside the rubber. So all the air is completely squeezed out. If there are still bubbles, just puncture them. And then right after that, we'll press down on it again. See, when you puncture it, right? Once you press it, the bubbles are completely gone. Earlier, did we mention it privately? Did we say it was clean? Attach the clean side onto it, then flip it over again. Do the same on this side. Still need to apply raw rubber. Let's use a different method this time, the strip method. The advantage of the strip method is that it's less likely to trap air inside. When cutting the strip, gently stretch it out just a little bit more. Just a little. Then, beginning carefully at one specific end, firmly press it all the way down toward the other end as you attach it. As you can see, the biggest advantage of cutting it this way is that it doesn't trap air inside. This is the strip cutting method I'm explaining to you. Take a look at this. See, this time there's no problem with the way it's applied. You see, it's very smooth. There's not a single air bubble. The reason I demonstrated the sheet method first is because it's fast, but the problem is that it traps air bubbles inside. Some people don't pay attention, and in the end, when they patch it up, it creates a bump. Since it's relatively narrow, when you press it down, you can immediately see if it's not done well, and you can just go over it again in one pass. So that kind of issue won't occur. Otherwise, you might accidentally trap air inside. So with the strip method, you apply it strip by strip along this direction, pressing as you go. This is what we call the strip method. Online pictures make it really difficult to tell with just your hands.